You've spent the summer learning how to listen to your body, shift your mindset, and finally understand what your symptoms are really telling you. And now it's time to answer the biggest question of all. How do you make it all stick? In this final installment of the Summer of Stomach Healing, we are diving into the 5 powerful shifts that my most successful clients make to stay symptom-free for good, long after the protocols, the symptom flares, and the food fears are behind them. So, if you are ready for lasting relief, this is the one episode you cannot miss. Let's get into it. Hey there, I'm Jessica Washington, a former gut health patient turned functional nutrition practitioner, and I am on a mission to help you finally say goodbye to stubborn stomach symptoms and reclaim your life with confidence. On the Getting Well Again podcast, we dive deep into the root causes of gut issues, sharing real strategies that actually work to help you feel like yourself again. Healing your stomach is about so much more than just protocols. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's dive into this journey to lasting gut health together. And as a reminder, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a replacement for medical advice or treatment. Well, hey, and welcome back to the final episode of our Summer of Stomach Healing. I have mixed emotions about the end of the summer, at least for me. By the time you hear this episode, my oldest will be starting kindergarten next week, the next Monday. So that's crazy. And then I have a week with just my youngest, and then he will go back to little 4-year-old preschool. He's in the pandas class this year. He's so proud. And man, we've made it through summer. It's been good. I like to say each summer is getting easier as they get older. And it has. Things are getting easier and it's getting fun, and we can just go to the pool and go to the playground and go rock climbing and doing all these fun things, and it's been good. It's been good. But we're done. Next week we go to school. Anyways, I'm done reminiscing about summer, and let's talk about what you're actually here for, the final episode in our little mini podcast series. Thank you so much for listening and for leaning into this series during the summer. I know these episodes have been a little different than my usual, a lot shorter and more mindset and mental shift focused, but they are honestly some of the most valuable. And if you're feeling stuck in your healing, this series is where you should start. But now we've made it to our 10th and final episode, and I have to believe that if you're here, you are committed and ready to make real, lasting change in your stomach symptoms. You've been learning and applying and thinking differently about your body and your symptoms all summer long, and now it's time to talk about the most important step. How do you make this all stick? How do you make sure that your symptoms don't just go quiet temporarily, but actually stay gone for good? That's what this episode is all about. And we're not going to wrap this up with just some feel-good motivation. We are actually going to get practical, clear, and honest about what it takes to actually stay symptom-free for the long haul. Because personally, I have been free of stomach symptoms for over 5 years now, and so I know what it takes. I've coached clients who have been free of stomach symptoms for years now, and so we got the strategy nailed down, so let's dive in. So if you want your symptoms to stay gone, not just to disappear for a week or two and then come roaring right back, there are a few key shifts that need to happen. These aren't hacks or tricks. These are the behaviors and beliefs that I work with clients on and that my most successful clients are able to fully embody. So let's walk through these 5 big shifts that you need to make in order to stay symptom-free for good. So number 1, you've got to treat symptom relief like just the beginning, not the end. Getting rid of symptoms doesn't mean that you're done. Like as soon as you feel symptom-free, things are not done. It's just the beginning. Being symptom-free means that your body is finally stable enough to start building resilience. So instead of stopping what worked or slowly falling back into old habits and routines, my most successful clients double down on their efforts once they start feeling better. They keep nourishing their bodies. They keep supporting digestion and paying attention to what their body is asking for, even when symptoms are quiet. They don't go back to how they were living lives a few months prior because that lifestyle was the one in which they had symptoms. You have to maintain the same strategies and practices that got you feeling well in order to remain well. Number two, you have to build resilience, not just symptom control. Just working towards symptom relief is only going to get you so far. And then when life happens, you run into a stressful season at work, or you have family struggles, or whatever else can and will happen. If your body isn't resilient against stress, symptoms can and will come flying right back. Symptom resilience is what protects you long term from symptom flares that take you down and keep you stuck in a cycle of symptom relief and then symptom recurrence. So, building a body that is resilient looks like getting consistent sleep, managing stress daily, strengthening digestion so food doesn't bother you anymore and you can eat whatever you want. It looks like keeping blood sugar and meals consistent so that your body just stays stable and has a good, strong foundation to work off of, and so many more things. The goal with building resilience is that you could remain symptom-free even when life isn't perfect. When things happen, your body doesn't get thrown off and symptoms flare again. That is the true mark of lasting symptom relief. Number three, you have to know how to course correct without spiraling. You will have off days, but success isn't about never having symptom flares. And I say that I've been symptom free for those 5 years. I do have things pop up from time to time. Sometimes I'll get a little heartburn after meals. Sometimes I feel like I'm just not fully digesting well. But real success on this journey is about how you respond when you do experience symptoms. Things will happen. Even people without a history of chronic stomach symptoms, they get reflux, they get heartburn. That's why Tums and all of those over-the-counter acid blockers exist. But people who can maintain their healing and their progress, they don't panic and spiral when they experience a small setback or a symptom pop up. They assess, they go back to the basics, and they listen for what their body is asking for with this new symptom. They look at their meals, their stress, their sleep, their digestion, and they adjust. They don't throw in the towel and say, here we go again, my symptoms are back, because they're not. It's just a small flare, likely having something to do with something in your lifestyle or diet that just needs to be dialed in a tiny bit. So instead, the successful people will take a step back and say, my body is telling me something with this symptom. And I know how to respond because the clients that go through my Goodbye Stomach Symptoms program, they do know how to respond. Together, we have walked through and implemented the 12 key stomach healing and resilience building strategies that make the biggest difference in your symptoms and in your ability to keep them away. So I always tell them that if they have random flare-ups or they feel like they're getting worse again, just go back into the program, audit what you have fallen away from doing, and use the resources available to you to start doing those things again, and you will feel better. That's exactly what I do when I have little things pop up here and there. I take a step back, I'm like, all right, I probably need to get more sleep. I add in some digestive aids. I start doing the things that I teach, and the symptoms resolve. Number four, the most successful people continue doing the inner work. This is the mindset piece that we've talked about all throughout the summer, and it's the piece that most people skip. But the people who stay symptom-free, they don't just change their food, they change their identity. They stop thinking of themselves as fragile or broken or chronically symptomatic. They stop speaking symptom labels over themselves because where your thoughts go, your actions follow. And if you are constantly telling yourself that you're sick, that you have symptoms, that your stomach is a problem, then those things will always be true for you. But instead, my most successful clients are able to shift those thoughts and say things like, I'm building a strong, responsive body. I'm learning the things that help me thrive, or I'm no longer stuck in fear. And when those negative, unhelpful thoughts do creep back in, because they will, those clients use mindset tools like thought edits that I teach inside my program to rewire those negative thought patterns before they can take hold again. That mindset muscle that you have full control over enables you to keep moving forward in your healing and fighting back against symptom flares and negative thought patterns. And number five, my most successful clients follow a strategy, not a collection of supplements or diet rules. You can't piece together lasting results from random tips on Instagram. You need a process, a plan that guides you from step one through full body resilience. That's what creates confidence, and that's what gives you the most peace of mind. And that's exactly what I coach my clients through inside my programs. And the most successful ones are the ones that are able to just put their blinders on, tune out the noise and all the flashy supplement ads and new diets that promote immediate results. Because yes, those things can be helpful, but when you have this plan in front of you that has worked for me, for hundreds of clients before you, this is the thing that you need to be focused on. And when you can go all in on a plan that's going to work for you, that is when you will see those lasting results. So, those are the five heavy hitting shifts that my most successful clients are able to make. The clients who are able to finally get off their medication, the ones that can expand their diets with ease, and the ones who can just get back to living their life without worrying about how their stomach is going to derail their plans anymore. And so, this is the last episode in this mini mindset and identity shifting summer series. And if you have resonated, been nodding along, and have felt like I am speaking directly to you, it's because I am. All of these success stories, mindset shifts, and new ways of acting are possible for you too. I've seen the massive transformation in clients who were right where you are right now, unsure of their next best steps, but tired of living their life, dealing with symptom after symptom every single day. So, if you're done managing symptoms and want a real resolution, then this is for you. I created the Goodbye Stomach Symptoms program as a high touch group coaching capsule so that I could walk more people through a clear, comprehensive roadmap that helps you resolve symptoms like reflux, bloating, nausea, stomach pain, gastritis, and more without staying stuck on restrictive diets, supplements, or living in fear of symptom flares. Inside this program, you will learn how to calm flares when they happen without panicking or spiraling, rebuild your body's digestive capacity so foods feel safe again. You'll understand why symptoms happen so you're not caught off guard and confused anymore. You'll shift thought patterns and identity so that you stop relapsing into old patterns and old symptoms. And you'll finally feel confident that you are on the right path to resolve your symptoms for good. And the best part, you don't have to do it alone. You'll get live weekly support from me. I will be right there beside you, coaching you through obstacles, helping you personalize your treatment plans, getting all of your questions answered, and making sure that you actually follow through and make these new healing strategies part of your new symptom-free life. And I'm super pumped to announce that limited enrollment into the Goodbye Stomach Symptoms program is now open through Friday, August 1st. And because you've made it through this entire Summer of Stomach Healing series, I have a special thank you just for people who are here listening to the podcast. So if you are ready to go all in on your stomach healing to finally feel better for good and get the guidance that you need to get there, you can use the code SUMMER at checkout and get $200 off enrollment in the program. That means you will get all the healing strategies, all of my coaching and support and personalized guidance for just $297. So, if you're ready to stop tiptoeing around food, if you're tired of guessing, and if you are serious about resolving your symptoms for good for the last time, this is your next step. Just head to theguthealingninja.com/summer to join Goodbye Stomach Symptoms, and let's finish what we started in this series. And don't forget to use the code SUMMER for $200 off. You've already made so much progress just from being here for the last 10 weeks. Now, let's lock it in. Let's get down to business and actually start moving the needle on your symptoms for good this time. I will see you inside. Let's go. I'll also have the link to check out more information about the program, to join, to use that discount code down in the show notes, but theguthealingninja.com/summer. Let's do this thing. And if you have any questions, if you're not sure if this program is right for you, send me an email, send me a DM on Instagram. My email is jess@theguthealingninja.com. My Instagram link is down in the show notes. We can also hop on a free 15-minute fit check call if you want to talk it over. Happy to do anything that you need to figure out if this is the right next step for you. But if you've been here for the last 10 weeks and you've been resonating and nodding along and being like, yes, she's speaking to me, this is for you. I got you. And let's do it together. All right. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Getting Well Again podcast. If you found today's conversation helpful, please subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback really helps others who need this information find the show and start their own healing journey. And if you know someone who'd benefit, please feel free to share this episode with them too. See you next time.